Hey, what's up guys, welcome back. In this video, we will add cloud prefabs inside our project. So by the end of this video, we will have these two sets of cloud prefab, one at the bottom of the bottom plane and one at the bottom of the top plane. So let's start with the customization. Now for adding the cloud prefabs, I'll go inside the asset store and in the search field, I'll type low poly clouds. Okay, I'll click on free only as the asset which we are looking for is free. Okay, I'll scroll down. I'll open the second option by the name of awesome low poly fantasy cloud. So we will basically use this awesome low poly fantasy cloud assets for our project. So I'll click on the import button to import this cloud asset. So the awesome low poly fantasy cloud asset is imported. So I'll go inside the scene panel. And now as you can see, we have a new folder by the name of low poly fantasy cloud. So I'll open it. I'll then open the models folder, and inside the models folder, as you can see, we have 5 cloud models, and on top of that we also have some terrain assets. And if you look very carefully, then there are a total of 12 terrains inside this asset. So we will basically use one of the terrains inside a project. But before adding the terrains, let's add the cloud prefab. So I'll select this RG Cloud 4 model, okay, and I'll drop it inside the scene. So as you can see, the scale of this model is way too big, so I'll reduce the size of it. After this, I'll move it near the cylinder. I'll reduce the size a little bit more. I'll bring the clouds down a little bit. Okay, so I'll place it somewhere over here, and I'll also move the plane a little bit on top. And after adding this first cloud, I'll click on Ctrl D. So as you can see, I now have a new cloud by the name of RG Cloud 4.1. So I'll move it out of cloud 1. And next I'll add some random clouds on the left hand side. I'll rotate this cloud a little bit. So guys, as you can see, I've added some cloud assets on the left hand side of the cylinder. Okay, so I'll right click on the scene and I'll click on maximize. Okay, so if you look over here, there are some cloud assets on the left hand side. So next, instead of adding individual clouds and placing them on the right hand side, I'll select all these cloud assets. So I'll click on the control button, and after this, I'll click on these cloud assets. And next I'll click on Ctrl D to duplicate these clouds which are there on the left hand side. So I'll click on Ctrl D, and as you can see, all the clouds which were there on the left hand side are duplicated. I'll then click on the position tool, and as you can see, all the cloud models which I have duplicated are basically selected over here. Next I'll select the Z axis and I'll move these clouds on the right hand side. So I'll move them in front as well. So after placing these clouds on the right hand side, I'll just rearrange these clouds a little bit. So guys, as you can see, okay, I'll just zoom this in. So guys, as you can see, I've just added some clouds surrounding the cylinder target, okay, and these clouds are between the top plane and the bottom plane, okay. So I'll uncheck maximize on play. After this, I will rearrange all these cloud models inside an empty game object, okay. So I'll click on the create option, and after this, I'll select the create empty game object. So as you can see, a new empty game object is created. So I'll click on it and I'll give this a name of top clouds. Okay, and inside this top clouds empty game object, I will drag these clouds over here. Okay, But before dragging all the clouds, I'll make sure that this top cloud empty game object is at a position of 0, 0, 0. Okay. So with the top cloud empty game object selected, I'll change the X position to 0. I'll change the Y position to 0. And I'll change the Z position to 0 as well. So that when we rotate this top cloud empty game object, the clouds actually rotate around the cylinder. So after changing the position, next I will drag the clouds inside this top cloud empty game object. Okay. You can also select multiple clouds at once. Okay. And then you can drop them inside the top clouds empty game object. Now guys, please make sure that you do not drag the AR camera cylinder or the directional light inside the top cloud empty game object. Okay. So I'll just minimize the cylindrical target, and next I'll select these 3 clouds. I'll drop it inside the top cloud. And at the last, I'll select these last 3 clouds and I'll drop it inside the top clouds. Okay. So guys, as you can see, all the clouds are now inside this empty game object called top clouds. Okay. So I'll select the top cloud empty game object and I'll click on Ctrl D to duplicate it. I will rename this top cloud one game object as bottom clouds. Okay. I'll press enter. After this, I'll select the bottom cloud game object. I'll select the position tool and I'll move these bottom clouds below the bottom plane. So guys, after creating the top clouds and the bottom clouds, next I'll drag the top cloud inside the cylinder target, and after this I will drag the bottom cloud inside the cylinder target, and after this I'll click on the play button and let's check the final output. So as you can see, surrounding the cylinder, we now have these 2 sets of cloud. So guys, that's it from this video and I'll see you in the next video.